All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob. This is Kristie. And just if you can hear Kristie's voice, and we hope that we can make it through the broadcast without having to get up very quickly. Just as everybody knows, we're one family here. And on Monday, everything was normal in the Reina household. The kids were happy, healthy. They had their first, Riley had her first soccer game. As a matter of fact, here is a family pic that you can see Tyler, Logan, and Riley as we're off to the first soccer game. So everything was great. Everything was normal. Everybody was happy. They did great playing soccer. My old rear end was out there trying to play soccer like I used to. And we had a family friend with us who was there. She said she didn't really feel that well. She left a little bit early, and lo and behold, we came home and absolutely everybody in the family got wiped out, violently throwing up, stomach problems, fever. So
no fun.
yeah, so it's been sleeping next to the bed of late with throw up buckets, et cetera, et cetera. So, but we're powering through for everybody because this is critically important.
Showing up to blow up for you guys.
You have to. So if we have to scram during the broadcast, I just want to let you know why in advance, right? So let's go back. So our industry has been around for about 80 years or so. And just to take you back in time, going around the 1950s or so, do you know that the computer hard disk was invented in the 50s? Think about this for a second. The first diet drink was invented. The Barbie doll was invented. McDonald's was started. Those are all in the 50s. And then fast forward a little bit to the 1960s, and ATMs were just starting to be put into the banks. So what does that mean? So what it means is if we are using methods in our industry to sell product, to recruit promoters, to train promoters, to train the network, using old school, very old school, meaning really ancient methods, there's a reason why that there's a drastic need for a revolution in MLM. And QuiAri is bringing that to you. And so what I want to walk you through is something that is based upon 33 years of experience in this industry. And going back in time, for the first half of my life in MLM, I was a promoter. So I got started, I was excited. It took me about 30 seconds to understand more people contributing to my income than just myself was a better way to earn money. So I got that concept very quickly. But what I did not understand very quickly is why nobody else understood that concept. My check the first month was big because it's kind of funny because they mailed you your check back then with your genealogy.
Oh my gosh.
You had no back office. You had no portal.
No same-day pay?
Please. You had no way, no credit cards. They didn't even take credit cards for your orders, if you can believe it. And so the only way you knew how much your check was when it arrived once every 2 weeks back then. So the first time I got my check, the envelope was this big. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Well, the next month I actually thought that they split my genealogy into 2 separate checks because the envelope was not that thick. And then it dawned on me that I was only using my skill set that I had that I could not be duplicated in order to build the network, right? So it started my quest, which has really been a career-long quest for the average person. That's what's important to me. It's what really should be important to everybody is when the average person can make it, everybody else can make it. If we are doing things in our business that only a few people can do, then what you're doing is you're taking the overwhelming majority of people and you're throwing their dreams away. And I don't like that. I've never liked it. And so this is why QuiAri was born, which is for the average person. Because I don't care where you're from, what country you live in, your age, any of that. Your dreams are important. if you only made $18 in this industry, if you have to tell your kids no because you can't afford something, that hurts just as bad as somebody who makes more money than you. Your dreams are equally important. We as a family, as a QuiAri family, everybody's cumulative dreams are important. And so that's why I talk about when we're a family, that's what I mean it. We're a family.
Mhm.
So there has been a lot of love put into this.
So much
A
poured into
lot.
it.
And I'm talking about over months. You know, one of the hardest things in this business is to keep a secret from people because, you know, if you don't want the whole world to know, you don't tell somebody in MLM, right? And it's kind of a joke. But so I want to walk you through this, but I want you to understand the reason why, because it's important.
Mhm.
Okay. So I believe, and I was telling somebody this earlier, I believe most people are beautifully strong. Beautifully strong. And what I mean by that is people come into the business, they don't do things wrong on purpose. They come here as a last hope, many people, to really have better health or have more time freedom or have more money freedom. So I believe that given the right tools, combined with the proper work ethic, combined with the proper consistency, that you could really have a chance of making it. I can't promise you, you know, I can't promise anybody because I don't know how hard you work and I don't know how fast you listen. But I can promise you that if you follow these steps, I believe that you could, whatever your dreams are, I think you could help make them come true. So I want to walk you through it right now. So Duplication Nation Playbook, it was named that for this reason. The number one rule in the industry is not what works for you, it's what can be duplicated by everybody. And that's a lesson that I've learned very early on in the career. So it's built to teach you this. It's the exact playbook to teach you how to start, how to finish, how to go from when you launch your business, how the actions that you need to take in order in a step-by-step, easy to understand path to becoming a top earner. Here's what you'll learn, and I'm gonna walk you through all this. How to really understand MLM, because it is a fact that most people do not understand MLM. Don't you hate it when people don't understand it? I do, I still do. And I think that QuiAri has a really great opportunity to help change that in people. Why MLM is the best value in business? Because it is. The number one rule I already talked about. How simple it is. Most people make this business way too complicated than what it really is. What separates top earners from everybody else? The 4 steps to success and the power of 2, which is critically important. And when you have all that, you can see you have the knowledge to get off to a fast start. You have to know how to get qualified in the first 72 hours and help your team do the same. Talk to prospects with unstoppable confidence, how to easily overcome any objection, how to create a culture of duplication, which is critically important. How many of you would love to never run out of prospects? How to rank advance faster than ever, how to create massive momentum from the start, and learn how to become a top earner. So if those benefits excite you, please pay attention. What is MLM? It's a business, regardless of experience or education, for people to get paid their worth. That's really what it is. It is the best way to distribute a product in the world. Friends do what friends do. That will always be true, right? Think about our industry, although some people knock it, the ones that really don't understand it. But how many people, single parents, have been able to raise their kids? How many have been able to eliminate the cycle of poverty? How many of parents have served as a role model to show their kids the value of hard work? It's so important. So MLM is like any other job or profession, because at most places where you trade dollar for hour, when you're at work, you get paid. When you stop working, you don't get paid. It's just that simple. So your interest that you pay on your credit cards, your house payment, your mortgage payment, it never stops. It runs 24/7, 365, which makes most people a part-time earner, but a full-time spender. So your predictable outcome will be a poor quality of life. So this is what MLM can change. So we're taking the concept of leverage and the concept of duplication and applying it to your income, which is important. Because doesn't matter where you are, where you live, time is limited. If you never slept, like us of late, there's only 168 hours in a week. So if you're only relying upon your own efforts, it's not gonna, you can work more hours, but you'll have less quality of life, just like I did when I was a deputy working all my off-duty hours, right? So you will never be able to out-earn the power of an army working with you. So MLM, in my opinion, is the absolute most ethical way in the world to earn a living. So it's also the best value in business. I want you to think about this. Across the world, every single day, entrepreneurs pay hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars to start a traditional business, whether it's a coffee shop, hair salon, nail salon, or whatever it is. They all spend that money with the hopes of getting their money back in the next 5 to 7 years. But at QuiAri, you can properly start a business, including product, anywhere from 125 bucks. Heck, you can even start for less, up to about 1,500 bucks. The business is ready from day one. Has the products, the marketing, IT support, anything you could ever need. No employee headaches except for yourself. And best of all, you can start earning money the day that you get started. So I really want you to think about this. Who has a better business? There is no doubt that MLM is a better way to do it. And the truth of the matter is, in the industry, a lot of people talking about, oh, people making big money. How would 500 bucks help the average family a month? How would 250 bucks a month? If you can teach people to do that, then if you teach more people to do that, then your income will naturally go up. So again, do not let anybody ever tell you that MLM is not the best value, because if they try it, just thank them for their time and just move on, because they don't understand business. So the number one rule, as I shared, is not what works for you, but what can be duplicated by everybody. And you hear me talk about listen faster all the time, because there's two ways to figure things out. Number one is try to figure out on your own, which there's no need for you to. I've done that. Top leaders have done that for a long time. This is why I have a little bit of gray hair, a little bit less hair than what I used to. The key is to find out what successful people have done and copy them. Right? So we're giving you all the tools to follow so that you don't have to worry about inventing anything. The system is already there. System stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. And more than I can ever stress is this. Whatever you do, your team will duplicate your habits. If you have bad habits, it duplicates. If you have great habits, more of an opportunity for it to duplicate. So again, if you're going to try something different than this, it's totally on you. You're an independent business owner, but remember, you're going to be responsible for those results, because if you're not duplicating your business, I promise you, it will guarantee small checks and zero time freedom, right? So top leaders in this industry, the number one concern they have is to make sure how many people on their team, how many leaders on their team are teaching duplication, because you will never, ever, ever, ever be able to traditionally sell your way to the top by yourself or recruit your way to the top. It'll never happen. You must duplicate your way to the top. That's a great picture. Love the shot. MLM is very simple, and people make it a lot harder than what it really is. There's two skills that you need to know to get started. Just two. Number one is knowledge about who you're looking to prospect. So who are you looking for? And part two of that is, what do you say to them? It's really simple. So you learn these two skills, and the business becomes super simple. Still hard work, but it's simple. You can learn everything else later. You do not, and I cannot stress this enough, you do not have to be an expert presenter, an ingredientologist, a motivational speaker, a compensation plan expert, or a social media guru. You do not have to. Because the truth is, you learn a few skills, the ones that are needed to get your business started. It allows you to build momentum much faster with a sense of urgency. And remember, top earners, you can learn while you earn, not learn everything first, then earn. Because the second somebody joins the business, the clock starts, right? Because they see the business as a means by which to help improve their life. So the longer it takes for them to get started, meaning getting paid, the distance between the dream and the business will grow. So you have to really narrow it down with them to keep it simple so they can get off to a fast start. Because top performers in this business, they're just not in it for a little bit of pocket change. They're in it for a lifestyle change to give people their dreams back. They're looking for people who are looking for what we have. And believe me, across the world, the number of people looking to change their lives is growing faster than ever. It's just that simple. And if somebody is, and I still have not found one person yet that says, I have all the money in the world I could ever want. Haven't found that person. I still haven't found the person that says, I have all the time. Well, people that are broke, they say they have time freedom, but yeah, okay. So time freedom without money freedom is not optimal, right? So it's both. So again, in my opinion, every single person that you know, have ever known, will ever meet is a candidate to do this business, because everybody wants to get paid every 5 minutes and look and feel younger while they're doing it. So remember, pros sort, amateurs sell. You're not in the convincing business, and I talk about this all the time. Everybody's life has already convinced them, because most people live in average houses, they drive average cars, they have high credit card bills, they have low bank balances, and they're in scramble mode each month. So they already live in quiet desperation. You don't have to convince them at all. Their life has already convinced them. So who are you looking for? It's everybody. Because the reality is this: go look in any city in the world. Everybody is in a hurry to get to work. Go look at the interstates that are backed up. People are stressed out. Their diets are bad. Look at what happens at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in most places, sometimes at 7 o'clock because people are working late. They're stuck in traffic. They get home 7:30. It's just a cycle. They can't stand what they're doing. They're just existing. They're holding on is what they're doing, hoping for something to change. And so in order for something to change, you have to go into the right vehicle. So people have this repetitive cycle of it's desperation, and it does not work. So that person is a person that you should look for to help their health, to help improve the quality of their life, which is everybody that you know. So again, most people are quietly in desperation. So what do? It's very simple. 4 steps to success. MLM has always been, and this will go back 80 years, friends do what friends do. Warm market can equal hot commissions. This business is called relationship marketing for a reason. So the best people to talk to are the ones of people with whom you already have relationships with, right? Because it's called BLT, believe, like, trust. That's why people do the business. People will trust the recommendations from friends and family, not just for product, but also for business. So what about the cold market? And I have very strong feelings on this. Most people cannot traditionally sell. You don't have the skills for it. So again, if you don't have the skills for it, how in the world are you going to teach somebody else to have the skills for it? Selling is not a transferable skill. It's not for most people. It's really not. So if you're relying upon, quote, selling to strangers as a means by which to duplicate your business, it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult. So key in on the power of relationships. Go on your phone, People, they say the average person knows about 500 people. I believe the average person knows more than 500 people, because you have to keep it simple, right? So the invitation, which is step one, is the qualification step. 90% of it is based really upon excitement. The more excited you are, the shorter it is. Again, it's not a presentation, it's an invitation. The less you say, the more that you will make. I am a big believer in this too. This industry primarily offers people 3 benefits. And QuiAri does. Getting healthier, your health, which is critically important. Just as important is money freedom, and just as important is time freedom. So if you're only leading with 1 benefit versus 3, I believe your results will not be as successful. Because remember what I said, still, we have not found people that say they don't want more money or more time freedom. So here's how I think it should go. Your invite. If I could show you how to get paid every 5 minutes and get healthier while you're doing it, would you take 1 minute to learn more? It's very simple.
Simple, easy.
15-second invitation. There's another one. Do you feel you're being paid worth at your job? Would you take 1 minute so I can show you how you can and get healthier at the same time? Or would you be open to looking at a way to increase your current income without interfering with your current job and get healthier at the same time? These are 3 simple, very quick invitations which lead with all 3 benefits. They ask what it is, say the name of the company is QuiAri, fastest growing home-based business opportunity, people getting paid every 5 minutes around the world, getting healthier, do the biggest breakthrough in anti-aging, the Maki berry. Modern science has just confirmed Maki has a previously undisclosed youth molecule, which is helping people look and feel younger than ever. How fast can you watch a 1-minute video? Now, think about this for a second. Who really can say no to that? It has all the benefits that people want. Most people around the world have not heard of Maki, right? So most people want to look and feel younger. So then you're simply doing what? You're opening the door, and then if they start asking questions and say, that's a great question, the video will explain it to you, right? Then what do? You send them to now we have a brand new one coming, which is already designed. I'll explain that to you in a second. Brand new getpaidin5.com website. The first video you'll see will be the sizzle video about Maki,
which you guys saw
last
broadcast. We showed you. Yeah.
You can see it right now on the QuiAri.com website, right? It's right there.
Hot new sizzle video. So it has all the buzzwords in it. You guys are loving it and blowing us all up, saying that you are loving all the translations in all 10 different languages.
So what happens is this. Some people lean towards health at first. That video does a great job of explaining everything in a little bit more than a minute, right? People that are interested in the money also, or time freedom, also want to be healthier. That video is a fantastic video for every single person. So if you ask me to explain it to you right now, I can't explain it as well as the video, because the video will do the same thing 24/7, 365. We took a lot of time and attention to get it to where it is. I think it's a world-class video, and based upon all the feedback that we get from everybody, they love it. So again, don't sell, tell. Tell them where the video is. Let the video do the selling for you. Now, right after the video, right after they see that on your new Get Paid in 5, there's a brand new opportunity presentation, pre-recorded, 24/7, 365. How would you think your check would do if you had 86,400 presentations going through your business every single day? 86,400. Do you want to know why that number is important? Because that's the number of seconds there are in a day. That new presentation, which, by the way, I'm going to debut to you next week, will believe me, that thing is phenomenal.
It is insane.
And it is also in 10 languages. It is 12 minutes long, and it explains anything and everything that somebody will need to know to say yes. It talks about the company. It talks about Maki. It talks about the products. It talks about the benefits. It talks about youth activation system. It talks about owning your own business. It explains the compensation plan. It explains the promoter packs to get started. It explains the power of two. It explains everything that, this is critical, that they need to know to say yes. And that's a big difference. There are plenty of things that people can learn afterwards,
Right.
but what they need to know to say yes to the business or to the product is covered in that video. When you combine that with your relationship because they're your friend, and you combine that with your excitement because you're excited, I believe that video is unstoppable.
Absolutely.
So again, you do not have to explain it to them. Everybody will get a free getpaidin5.com website where it will explain it for you. And again, it's available 24/7, 365. Never again will a prospect have to wait until Sunday night at whatever o'clock, Saturday morning at whatever o'clock in order to see a presentation. It is available on demand. It is a perfect system set up for customers. Perfect system is a perfect system set up for those people that want to become promoters, because waiting in this business is death. Speed is where it is at. We are in year 2024 now, not 80 years ago, right? So those companies that can move with speed, and we move faster than anybody, we pay in 5, system runs 24/7, 365, unstoppable, right? So again, just selling a product by yourself, even if you never slept, your earning capacity is only 168 hours a week. Going to your friends and family, your warm market, asking them a simple invitation question, directing them to your Get Paid in 5 site, where they'll get all the information that they need to say yes, all at one time, unstoppable. Next. For some people around the world, you still do hotel meetings and such. That's okay. Here's what I would suggest to you, okay? It takes time for people. I want you to take a step back from what you might be used to doing. How many presentations can somebody see in the hour that it takes somebody to drive somewhere, be somewhere, get back from somewhere, right? So it is great to get together. It is great to get together to celebrate people's success. But if your only reason why you're getting together all the time is for somebody just to see the business for the very first time, or to learn about it for the very first time, that is a very slow way. Today, technology can help do a lot of the explaining. Automation can do a lot of the explaining to be able to help you along. So please keep that in mind with what you're doing, because we're in a culture of speed now. Step 3 is the follow-up, right? So when do you follow up? Here's a clue for you. If the sizzle video is 1 minute and the opportunity presentation is 12 minutes, you should be following up really about 13 minutes after, right? Don't wait till the next day, not good. Don't wait till the following day, not good. Follow up 13 to 15 minutes after. It's $1 million mistake if you wait. Waiting is not good. People have short attention spans.
We're going to see these videos and they're going to be fired up. Just like the first time you guys saw the sizzle video, you guys were blowing up the chat. You're blowing up our phones. When can we have it? We want this now, now, now. Think about that. That's how your prospects are going to feel. So definitely don't wait.
Okay. So again, when you're new, think about this. It is absolutely impossible. Let's just say I sponsor somebody new today, right? How in the world are you supposed to know the products, the business, the comp plan, Maki, the science, all on your first day? It's impossible. Just take a step back and think about that. So if that person signed up, just credibility signed somebody up and then signs up somebody, how's that new person supposed to know? It's impossible. So you have to run systems to do the explaining for you. You have to. So what you do, impossible for you to know everything. When you call your prospect back, you should have your upline. If you're on a Zoom, that works the same as well. And edify your upline, which just simply means you say some nice things about them, what they did before QuiAri, what their life looks like now because of QuiAri, both health and on the business side, and what their future looks like. It's very simple. Identify the prospects. Why? Everybody does the business for the same reason. It's called form. Family, they want to spend more quality time with their family. Occupation, they're not happy. 99% of people should think they should be making more money than what they are. Recreation, most people want more free time, right? And money, most people, everybody wants to new house, etc. Right? So key in on those things with people, they'll relate to you, and that's important. So if you can, I believe if you can do this and you can listen faster and you can work hard, if you can get excited and ask everybody you know if they're interested in getting paid every 5 minutes, getting healthier at the same time, introduce them to 1 minute sizzle video, follow up with your sponsor, let them watch a recorded presentation. I think you can do the business. Okay. It's also important when you're signing up the benefits of auto delivery, right? The model is very simple. Get active, get qualified on auto delivery, get on auto delivery yourself, and get paid every 5 minutes. So very simple. You should lead by example, be a product of the product. Your health is critically important. You can save money anywhere from 10 to 28% by being on auto delivery. It also can help you having a reoccurring income from the start if people are continually ordering in your business month after month. And also too, if you choose to sample auto delivery, you can choose single serve to help you do it. And the last step, which is critically important, because people want to be together in a family, right? MLM done right is your second family. So it's critically important that people get plugged in. We do this broadcast once a week to help everybody, to give you the latest news. But again, your goal is to get plugged in right out of the gate, go for 2 and 72, which means you put speed in your business, get qualified in the first 72 hours so that you can earn in all aspects of the compensation plan in the first 72 hours. Remember, warm market equals hot commissions. Top earners, what they learn how to do is that if I sponsored Joe, I would immediately start working with Joe in his warm market. Because when Joe edifies me, his friends become my friends. We're now what I call in the circle of trust, right? Which is critically important. So the average person knows 500 people. So if you have only a group of 10 on your team, that means you're now working with 5,000 warm market prospects that you're running every single person through the same system. That is how you build depth in your organization. That's how you build relationships in your organization. That's how you build culture in your organization, and that's how you build one tight family in your organization. So the question you have to ask yourself is, are you working with your personally sponsored promoters daily? And you got to take it one step further. Are you working with their personally sponsored? So are you working more than one generation in your business? Because your number one goal, you got to lead by example, is to make sure that everybody on your team is teaching the steps. It's simple. And you have to inspect what you expect. If your new promoter hasn't become qualified in the first 72 hours, there's a reason for it. So if you don't see that happening, you need to proactively pick up the phone, call them, contact them, and see what you can do to help them. Because again, this is math. Successful MLM is math. So everybody will agree, and again, this is not an income promise by any stretch, and income disclaimers in this document. But I want you to look at this. So everybody, you ask them all the time, do you know 2 people that would like to get paid every 5 minutes to get healthier at the same time? Yes. Okay. Then the question becomes, then why doesn't everybody do that? So you have to look at the methodology that they're using to sell the product and to recruit promoters. So if you can make that system simple, if you can make that system to where you feel the average person can do it, look at the numbers for a second. After a year, 4,000 people, 4,000 sales going on in your business. After 18 months, you see the numbers. After 24 months, you see the numbers. Now, look at this though. Let's back it up just after 12 months. If every single person in your business, if you follow duplication, If all they did is consumed or sold one bottle of energy pills a month, look at what your potential income could be. And that's just team commissions. So I was talking to somebody yesterday. They're like, oh, they're saving their money for XYZ pack. Stop that nonsense.
Mm.
The important part is that they get started.
Mhm.
That's the important part. That's it. You don't have to, even if somebody doesn't have $1,500, it's totally great. It's okay. The important part is that you get started.
Mhm.
That's what's important. The important part is that you start running through the system. The important part is you begin going towards your dreams. That's what's important.
Mhm.
Okay. This opportunity for QuiAri is for everybody. We've made it, it's for everybody. The compensation plan doesn't have the hoops, the gotchas that every other comp plan in MLM has, right? I really tried to be extremely fair to everybody, to the average person. So look at this. Let's just say that everybody on your team after a year did a consumed or sold one box of Prime. Would you be happy with that income? I don't know of a person that would say no to that. People drastically underestimate the power of duplication.
Mhm.
But this is what happens when you plug in product to a system of duplication with the power of two. What about a shake bag and energy? Look at that.
Oof.
And after 18 months, it's the numbers are just crazy. The numbers are crazy, but the numbers don't lie. Again, it's not an income promise, but you have to understand if you have a system, if the message is right,
Mhm.
if the message is fantastic, which I believe our sizzle message is tremendous. And I know that after you see the opportunity, record opportunity presentation, you're absolutely gonna love it. Gonna love it because it tells the story that needs to be told, right? So look at what happened after 18 months. And I don't care what anybody says, nobody can say that the math is not true, right? Now, what if your business is only 50% of this? What about only 25% of it? So the more that you teach people duplication, the more that you teach people to follow the system, the better off that you'll be. Again, there's the income disclaimer, which is critically important.
Mhm.
So take a minute. That's going to be it's on page 23, critically important. Next. It's time for an MLM revolution, team. It is. The industry has been stuck for a long time. And, I was talking to somebody yesterday and they're like, oh, aren't you worried about anybody if they try to take some of this information? I'm like, nope, not at all. And let me tell you why.
Mhm.
Nobody has our comp plan. Nobody has our product. Nobody has our timing. Nobody has our infrastructure. Nobody has the system. Nobody has the sizzle videos. Nobody has a pre-recorded presentation. Nobody has the leadership that we have. So it is the whole, you hear me talk about all the time. It's the whole pizza. We have the whole pizza, right? So most companies throughout their whole history, all of them have run the same playbook. They never explain what MLM is about. It's about people.
Mhm.
It's about products too, but it's about people. Products don't sell themselves, motivated people do. Products don't consume themselves, people do, right? So of course it's about people.
Mhm.
Most companies ask promoters to do things that they're scared of. They make things so complicated, so complicated. They want you to learn a ton of stuff before you earn. That doesn't work. Teach you to, quote, sell to people you have no relationship with. That does not work. Offer compensation plans that work against you instead of for you. That does not work. They pay commissions super slow. That it doesn't work. We pay faster than anybody else in the world. And they don't even mention duplication. And for the few companies that ever say the word, they don't have the system to support it. They don't have the products, the comp plan, the video. They don't have any of it.
Mhm.
So it's just words to
Yeah.
them. To us, we're putting the words to life to give you the best chance. So we put this together to really give the average person what I feel is the best opportunity to do well. Now, Because MLM is filled with people that just grind away day after day after day, that they never learn. They never understand why that they're not making it. So I want to give to you the playbook so that you can follow it, so you can learn why things work, and if you're not doing it, why it's not working. QuiAri is disrupting MLM
Oh, yes.
in a big, huge way. So whether it's 100 years from now or 100 years ago, these things will always be true. Power of two is a formula for winning big. Everybody knows two friends who want more money freedom, more time freedom, and better health. Everybody does. Everyone would love to get paid every 5 minutes. They want to go do the money dance. Friends do what friends do. Simple works, and most importantly, simple duplicates. Complexity intimidates. A confused mind will always say no to everything. It makes people freeze. And then people are always looking for a better way. Because right now, I want you to think about this. The top revenue producing company in our industry does about 8 billion a year in annual revenue. It's to be respected. I mean, really, we're not doing $8 billion a year in revenue. Only the number one company is, right? I believe we have a fantastic opportunity to beat that, though, and change the trajectory of the industry. We have a perfect combination of factors, which I've listed there for you. But most importantly, we have a real system of duplication with all the ingredients for the whole pizza to create that momentum and the stories that are needed to take you there, right? So if all he did is made 2 product sales with people who generate only $50 a month in revenue, we would break that record in about 3 years. That's
huge.
That's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. If everybody just did $50 a month in business, it's crazy. And just think about that for a second, right? So everything is ready, almost. Now is the time for speed and duplication. Because remember this, good companies are only product dependent. Number one companies are duplication dependent. Let me say that again. That's so important. Good companies are product dependent. Number one companies are duplication dependent. So come join the MLM revolution with QuiAri, because my dream is to help you reach yours. So that is the Duplication Nation Playbook. Now, I hope I've taught you something in the last few minutes. I want to understand this will be available in the following languages to start. English, that you just saw, Bahasa, Korean, Chinese, simplified Chinese, French, German, Spanish, Hindi, Thai, and Vietnamese. Those are all of the languages that'll be available in. Now, so our next broadcast will be 1 week from today.
Thursday, the 20th, same place, same time. And that is going to be another record-breaking broadcast. Super hot, never before seen, industry first. You guys are going to see the opportunity video, which is professionally produced, professionally recorded, everything. Nothing like this has ever been done before. Like we said, the MLM revolution is coming. QuiAri's disrupting it. We really are. A lot of people say those words, but we're showing you guys, we're giving you every single tool you need. So you guys all got a super sneak peek of the Duplication Nation Playbook here. It'll be available soon to you, as we have a whole system coming very, very shortly.
Speaking of which, so next week is going to be the pre-recorded opportunity presentation.
Mhm.
It is already done in
Mhm.
those 10 languages that I mentioned, that it's already done, produced. It's nothing more to be done with it, right? The one thing that we are still in translation with is QuiAriTraining.com, because what I just went through, Duplication Nation, we converted that into a website for you, along with other important information for training. So not only now, I want you to think about this. Not only do you have a system that's just fantastic
Mhm.
to sell the product, now you will have a system by which to recruit promoters,
Mhm.
and you will have a system by which to train
Train
your
team. Yes.
promoters.
Oh my God.
So it's all
Huge.
three. One is fantastic. Two is out of this world.
Mhm.
Three is just mind blowing, right? So you will have everything that you need in order to create speed and momentum on your team, as long as you're willing to listen faster
Mhm.
and work harder than you've ever had. Because listen, guys, I'm a perfect example. I mean, I have a 4-year degree in criminology, not a sales background, not a marketing background. The light bulb turned on for me 33 years ago, and it has never gone out.
Yeah.
It has never gone out. So I am nothing special. I was just consistent for a long time and still have been consistent. So I hope that everybody understands how life-changing this can be for you. Again, our hearts are with each of you. The average person out there, because I'm average, Kristie's average.
We're
We
rooting
just
for
have
you.
an unaverage work ethic.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, let's get back to our teams and make sure that they're on the broadcast this coming Thursday. Somebody just asked me how old I am. I'm 58, actually. Just turned 58 with 3 small kids. So I'm
No
not,
slowing down anytime
yeah,
soon.
I have no time to slow down, right? So with that being said, we love everybody.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
this
being here.
delicious
Please get the teams
meeting.
on next week.
Yes.
You'll absolutely love it. Again, thank
We'll
you.
talk to
Love
you
everybody.
soon.
QuiAri, the new #1 has arrived. Thank you.